There are parts of us locked in a box that need to be freed, and these aspects of our child self can only be recalled out loud. We have had dissonant experiences where we lost our voice and we became fatalistic and victim of our own victimhood. But the truth is, children are children. And just because the world is shouting adult, we don't have a responsibility to translate and reconfigure to adjust to any other voice. As a child, I was adulterated. I was forced to grow up in ways which were not resonant with my organic evolution as a human being, and therefore stunted in other ways, arrested development, held back, and forced to mature. When the man who raised me was working 25 hours a day, I was inadvertently and unconsciously drafted in as the eldest child. My previous worldview was drafted in darkness, enshrouded in illusion, because, as an example, I remember one night when the man was at work, the woman of the household not allowed me, I didn't ask, but chose to stay up late alongside me, who was, I don't know, 9. It wasn't unusual, but the night that I'm referring to, we went to bed and I shared that bed with my mother. And I watched a film, The Shining, and the lights were off, and my mum was asleep. So I had the choice between watching, which I did enjoy, even though it disturbed me. From a very young age, my mind was into disturbing things. I was too scared to turn the telly off, so I could either watch it or just try and go to sleep and listen to it. Like I say, maybe I was 9. Some years before that, I woke up one night, maybe I was 6. I woke up one night and I couldn't breathe properly. But I also couldn't raise my voice. But eventually, my mother came upstairs and the emergency doctor was called out anyway. Because it turns out I had tonsillitis and had to have my tonsils removed. But while we were waiting for the doctor, Alien 3 was on. So I could either watch it or try and ignore it, but be consumed by things I can't see. Emotion is the fuel for manifestation. So, the mind is the entry point. Our human senses children must be kept as children at all costs. To be an effective parent, you have to be in touch with your inner child, because we're all ideally supposed to be going around finding how we can all relate to each other, but children need to feel related to. Otherwise, they're just going to hang around in gangs. Informing each other's worldview. But those children are distorted children. They've been adulterated. If they get to that point, the reason the world's upside down is because people are trying to teach children instead of learning from them. Questioning children while not accepting their questions, not being able to answer them. To be a parent is to be presented with the opportunity to give that which you never received. To be the one you needed. Because the child is you. So children can learn from our mistakes, but only if we are willing to. All children are our children. All children are God's children. There are not two categories of human. child is a soul, and some souls are ancient. Some fractal aspects of source consciousness come equipped. They arrive a bit closer to home. An acorn is a fully grown oak. There is a natural process we are exiting, have exited, will exit. Collectively. A really sick parent-child relationship with the system, a way of living that does more harm than good, because it's only intended to cause harm, or rather, to arrest our development. From a child into an upright, heart-centered, progressive creature, in harmony with all that is.